When moving to a new area, one of the most common questions that people have is this neighborhood safe? In today's video, I am going to walk you through how to check out the crime statistics and talk you through some of the safer neighborhoods in San Diego. Hi, my name's Allison Can. I'm a realtor here in beautiful San Diego with Real Broker. My passion is helping people love where they live, and that is exactly what this video is aimed at doing. Before we get started, I'd be super grateful if you would subscribe to my channel and click the little bell so that you get notified when I put out new content. Okay, let's dive in. First, we're going to start with the elephant in the room. Well, it's an elephant that I can see. You might not be able to see it, but real estate agents actually aren't allowed to talk to clients about the safety of a neighborhood. It is considered steering and it can violate fair housing. What we can do is point you towards crime statistics and tell you to look at it yourself. So that's actually how I'm going to approach that today. I'm going to show you how I look up crime statistics and show you the tool that is out there that you can use, which is one of the tools, and then look at that to find neighborhoods that look like they're safer than other neighborhoods. All right, so let's dive into that one. One important thing to think about when you are thinking about crime and looking at crime statistics is that crime tends to happen where there's more people. That is going to be the more densely packed areas of San Diego. And also the busier streets are likely to have more crime because there's more people on them. So when you're looking in a neighborhood, that's likely where you're going to see the vast majority of the crime statistics pop up. And then as you move out from the busy streets, you should see less and less. Unfortunately, this also includes much of the areas right along the coast west of the 5 where people most want to live, but they also, you will see, have a ton of icons popping up. The way I'm going to look at this is literally how many icons are in that area. I am looking for the little pockets that have nothing, which there are not that many, or just don't have a lot. Now, obviously, this can change from day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year. But right now, as I am filming this is the data we're seeing. Don't take this as gospel, like go and do your own research, but I'm going to show you kind of like how I'm looking at it and, so that you can use this tool for yourself. The other thing I want to mention is that just because I don't mention a neighborhood doesn't mean it's not perfectly safe. I am literally looking for places that have 0 icons or like just a couple, but you'll see there are plenty of others that just have a few and they're really not like, there's not a ton of them, and so they're probably perfectly safe. I'm just not mentioning them because I can't mention everything, and everything depends on you as a specific person. I had a client once who absolutely didn't want to live in certain areas because they thought it was super unsafe, but then where we ended up buying a house, a lot of other people thought were unsafe. So like there's no one size fits all on this. So the first thing I did was, of course, go to Google and put in crime statistics in San Diego. When I did that, the very first thing that comes up is crime statistics and crime mapping from the police and city of San Diego. So we're going to actually go to that one. And if you scroll down, here is crime mapping and alerts. So we're going to click on that. And I'm going to select California. And then I am actually going to type in San Diego and select the county sheriff, just because I want to make sure that the data that comes up is for the whole county and not just the city of San Diego. And you can see that you can also do it by zip code, but I want to show you a broader look today. So when we do this, this is what pops up. It's just a map. Move myself out of the way. And you can zoom out to figure out where you are. This website actually has a bunch of different types of crimes that it tracks. So you can come in here and take off any of these that maybe aren't important to you, or only select the ones that are most important to you, whatever. And the other thing you can do is actually change when. So this is only looking at the previous week's data right now. I am actually going to change that to the previous 4 weeks just so we have some more information. And I'm going to have to zoom in order to actually see anything because so much data is going to come up. The neighborhoods that aren't going to surprise anyone for this are the really high cost neighborhoods. So we're going to go to La Jolla. You can see there's very little in here. I'm not surprised to see, you know, a burglary here or there. Like, rich people have nice stuff, so probably targets. But you can see there's just not a lot of other stuff going on there. Of course, another area is Rancho Santa Fe, which you're going to see has like basically nothing. So like there's just so little in Rancho Santa Fe. Of course, highest price areas in all of San Diego. So there you go. If you are looking for the safest walkable neighborhoods, you know, the trendy neighborhoods with all the restaurants and the fun stuff going on, the ones that pop up are, first of all, South Park. This really, like, if you look at all of the rest of the areas around here, North Park, everything, South Park's got not a lot going on there. So that one could be a good option. Also, Mission Hills and this Hillcrest area, not so bad. You know, there's a little bit more, but compared again to like North Park, pretty good. And then the other one is Kensington, which, you know, basically has nothing going on there. So could be a very good option there as well. If Rancho Santa Fe and La Jolla and maybe even, you know, Kensington and South Park and those are out of budget and you're looking for something a little less expensive, but still feels safe, Spring Valley could be a good option. You can see that there's not a ton going on here. Now, again, that is also because Spring Valley definitely has some rural areas. So the further you get away from stuff, the less crime you're likely to have. So that's going to be some of it. If you want to live in the more populated areas of Spring Valley, it might not be quite the same, but this map is showing that there's very little in this area. Another one is San Carlos. So up here around Mission Trails, so you can see that the San Carlos and Del Cerro areas really don't have a lot of icons going on there. So that could be another good option. And then another really great area, let me get down there, is Chula Vista, especially east of the 805. So all of this area here, you can see there's like nothing going on. So East Lake, Otay Mesa is not too bad. There's a little more, obviously there's more people, but there's a lot of good areas around here that really don't have much crime at all. Some more inexpensive areas you might want to look into. As we head into North County, other than Rancho Santa Fe, we zoom in here, we're going to see that Carlsbad, while it has a bunch over here by the coast, it gets a lot more sparse as we go more inland, and this whole area is like blank. And especially when you compare it to Oceanside, it's a lot better. So Carlsbad's the clear winner on that one. We also have the 4S areas right here. Very few icons there as well. Obviously, this is a great master plan community, very pretty, very clean. But if you wanted to be a little more central, then University City is really great, especially the west side of University City. Like you can see, there's nothing going on there. So that could be a really great option as well. And then there's not a ton of houses here, but I'm going to call it out because there's nothing going on there. Sereno Valley has not a lot going on, so that could be really good. I was actually kind of interested to see Carmel Valley is like, I live in Carmel Valley. It's considered super safe. It feels super safe. I think it is super safe, but you can see there's actually more icons than some of the other areas we've talked about. So that's one thing to think about. Like, yes, there are more icons, but it's still safe. So, you know, start looking at what these icons are. And then in Claremont, I actually thought it was interesting. There's kind of like this middle area, kind of like the Mount Streets is a little bit of a blank spot here as well. Some other options for you if you're looking kind of in that middle price range area. That's it. I'm not going to go too much into the details on this just because there's, you know, a never-ending supply of things you can look at, combinations you can look at, and it depends on where you specifically are looking for a home. I hope this helps. I hope this tool helps. The most important thing to remember is that anybody looking for a home should always check the crime statistics during their inspection period to make sure that there's nothing that makes it so that you don't want to buy this house.